Working from home isn't a real job. My sister Angela typed into the family group chat, her message appearing on my laptop screen mid-code review. Let's stop pretending Maya is some big success story. I continued typing, my fingers flying across the keyboard as I debugged a critical algorithm for my company's latest AI software release. What Angela didn't know, what my entire family didn't know because I'd learned years ago that their skepticism wasn't worth fighting, was that my phone was about to ring with a call from my publicist confirming that Forbes wanted me on their 30 Under 30 cover as Tech Entrepreneur of the Year. The group chat exploded immediately. Mom, Angela, that's harsh. Dad, your sister works very hard at her computer thing. Uncle Frank, at least Maya doesn't have to commute. Face with tears of joy. My older brother Kevin, I mean, she does seem busy? But yeah, working from home seems pretty cushy compared to my job at the hospital. Angela, exactly. Kevin works 80-hour weeks saving lives. I'm managing a team of 30 at the marketing firm. Dad's been at the plant for 35 years. And Maya sits in her pajamas typing. Let's be real about who's actually contributing to society. I watched the messages pile up, each one another small cut. 7 years of building my company, Clarinet AI, from my apartment. 7 years of 90-hour weeks, failed pitches, maxed out credit cards, and believing in something nobody else could see. 7 years of family gatherings where people asked when I was going to get a real job. My phone rang. Melissa, my publicist. Maya, please tell me you're sitting down. I'm always sitting. I work from home, remember? I couldn't help the sarcasm. Forbes 30 Under 30. They don't just want you on the list. They want you for the cover story. Tech Entrepreneur of the Year. The profile goes live next month. Photos next week in New York. My hands stopped typing. The cover? The cover. Plus they're doing a feature on Clarinet's valuation and your acquisition offers. Maya, this is huge. I need you to say yes right now, before I lose my mind. I looked at my laptop screen, at Angela's message still glowing there. Stop pretending you're successful. Yes, I said. Absolutely yes. Perfect. I'm sending over the details. They want to interview you tomorrow. They're calling it the $200 million algorithm. How a 29-year-old built an AI empire from her bedroom. After we hung up, I sat in my home office, the spare bedroom of my modest 2-bedroom apartment in Austin, and let it sink in. Forbes. The cover. Tech Entrepreneur of the Year. I looked back at the family group chat. Angela had sent 3 more messages detailing why real jobs require offices and dress codes. I started typing a response, then deleted it. Then typed again. Deleted again. Finally, I sent. Hey everyone, can we do a family Zoom call tomorrow at 6 p.m.? I have some news to share. Mom, is everything okay? Me. Everything's fine. Just want to tell you all something. Angela. Let me guess, you got a promotion in your company of 1? Smirking face. I didn't respond. I had code to finish, an interview to prep for, and a photo shoot to stress about. Forbes wanted to photograph me in my home office. The one Angela thought was proof I wasn't a real professional. The next day, I did the Forbes interview over video call. The journalist, a woman named Patricia Hughes, was sharp and thorough. So, Clarinet AI now has 47 employees, $23 million in annual revenue, and you've turned down 3 acquisition offers, the largest being $200 million from Google? That's correct. Why turn down $200 million? Because Clarinet is worth more than that, and I knew it. We're projecting $50 million in revenue next year. Our AI for medical diagnostics is being adopted by hospitals nationwide. We're solving real problems. Why sell now when we're just getting started? You're 29, you've never taken outside funding, and you built this entirely on your own savings and revenue. That's almost unheard of in tech. I didn't have the luxury of venture capital. I was a first-generation college student from a working-class family. I couldn't afford to fail, so I built slowly and sustainably. I paused. My family still doesn't really understand what I do. What do they think you do? They think I play on my computer all day. My sister said yesterday that working from home isn't a real job. Patricia laughed. How do you think she'll react to the Forbes cover? Honestly, I have no idea. That evening at 6 p.m., I joined the family Zoom with all 14 members of my extended family present. Mom and Dad from their kitchen in Ohio, Kevin from his apartment near the hospital, Angela from her downtown office where she'd stayed late to take the call, plus various aunts, uncles, and cousins. Okay, Maya, what's this big news? Angela asked, barely looking up from her phone. Did you finally get a job offer somewhere? Not exactly. I shared my screen, pulling up the Forbes website. I got something else. I clicked on the advance article they'd sent me, the teaser for next month's cover. Forbes 30 Under 30, Tech Entrepreneur of the Year. Maya Patel, 29, built a $200 million AI company from her bedroom. How she's revolutionizing medical diagnostics, and why she turned down Google's acquisition offer. The silence on the call was deafening. What? Angela's face had gone pale. Forbes is putting me on the cover of their 30 Under 30 issue next month. They're calling me Tech Entrepreneur of the Year. I pulled up Clarinet's website. This is my company, Clarinet AI. We build artificial intelligence software for medical diagnostics. We help doctors identify diseases earlier and more accurately using machine learning. $200 million? Dad's voice was faint. That was Google's acquisition offer last year. I turned it down. Current valuation is closer to $300 million based on our revenue growth and market expansion. You run a $300 million company? Mom looked like she might faint. Well, I own it. I'm the founder and CEO. We have 47 employees now. Office space downtown, though I still work from home most days because, I built the entire company from this apartment. Seems wrong to abandon it now. Kevin found his voice. Maya, I had no idea. I thought you did freelance web design or something. I tried to tell you. Multiple times. But every time I mentioned my company, someone would make a joke about Maya and her laptop, or ask when I was going to get a real job. I couldn't keep the edge out of my voice. So I stopped trying to explain. But you never said you were making millions of dollars, Angela protested. Because you never asked. You just assumed that because I work from home in comfortable clothes, I couldn't possibly be successful by your standards. I pulled up my LinkedIn profile, my company's press releases, articles from TechCrunch and Wired. This is all public information. Clarinet has been featured in major tech publications for 2 years. I've spoken at conferences. I've been on panels. None of you ever bothered to Google me. Uncle Frank cleared his throat. I may have called your job playing on the computer at Thanksgiving. You did. Multiple people did. It's been the running joke for 7 years. Maya, Mom said softly, tears in her eyes. Why didn't you make us understand? Because I was building something, Mom. I didn't have time to convince people it was real. I had to actually make it real. I softened a little. And honestly, part of me wanted to prove it first. Show, don't tell, right? The Forbes cover, Angela said slowly. When does it come out? Next month. They're flying me to New York next week for the photo shoot. They want to photograph me in my home office, actually. They said it's part of the story, building an empire from a spare bedroom. I don't understand how we missed this, Kevin said. How do you go from graduating college 7 years ago to running a $300 million company without us knowing? You didn't miss it. You dismissed it. I pulled up my calendar, showing them my schedule. Here's my typical week. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., sometimes later. Saturday mornings for strategic planning. Sunday afternoons for investor calls. I work more hours than you do, Kevin. I just do it from home in yoga pants instead of scrubs in a hospital. But you don't have a boss, Angela said. You don't have someone holding you accountable. I have 47 employees, hundreds of clients, and a board of advisors. I'm accountable to all of them. Plus the market. If my software doesn't work, people die. We're in medical diagnostics. The stakes are pretty high. That landed hard. People's lives depend on your work? Dad asked. Yes. Our AI helps doctors catch early-stage cancers, identify rare diseases, predict cardiac events. We've probably saved thousands of lives at this point. That's what I do from my home office in my pajamas. The silence stretched uncomfortably. Finally, Angela spoke, her voice small. I'm sorry. I've been incredibly dismissive and rude. I didn't understand. I didn't even try to understand. None of us did, Kevin added. We just assumed. I don't know what we assumed. That tech work isn't real work? That working from home means you're not serious. You assumed that success looks a certain way, I said. Corner office, suit and tie, commute meetings. But success looks different now. Some of the most valuable companies in the world started in garages and bedrooms. I'm not unique in that. I'm just part of a different model. Can you tell us about it? Mom asked. About how you built this. We want to understand. So I did. For the next hour, I walked them through the journey. How I'd identified a gap in medical diagnostic software while working as a data analyst after college. How I'd spent nights and weekends building the first prototype. How I'd maxed out credit cards and ate ramen for a year while perfecting the algorithm. How I'd landed my first hospital client by cold calling 200 medical centers. How I'd slowly, painfully built something from nothing. The hardest part wasn't the technical challenges or the financial stress, I said. It was feeling like nobody took me seriously. My friends from college went into consulting and banking, got fancy titles and business cards. I was working from home. It sounded like a euphemism for unemployment. I called it that, Angela admitted, crying now. I literally told people you were between jobs. I'm so sorry, Maya. I know. I heard you. How did you keep going? Kevin asked. When nobody believed in you? Because I believed in me. And because patients were getting better diagnoses because of my software. That mattered more than convincing my family I was successful. I paused. Though I'll admit, this Forbes cover feels pretty validating. Uncle Frank laughed, breaking the tension. I bet it does. And I bet you're going to hang that cover in your home office. Damn right I am. Can we come to New York? Mom asked suddenly. For the photo shoot? I want to be there. I want to see this. Mom, it's just a photo shoot. Please. Let us support you now, even if we didn't before. I thought about it. Okay. Yeah. That would be nice, actually. The call wrapped up shortly after, with various family members apologizing, congratulating, and promising to actually read the Forbes article. Angela stayed on after everyone else dropped off. Maya, I'm really, truly sorry. I was projecting my own insecurities onto you. I work 60 hours a week at the firm, and I'm exhausted all the time. And I was jealous that you seemed to have this easy work-from-home life. I didn't realize you were working even harder than me and actually changing the world. I appreciate that. For what it's worth, I'm incredibly proud of you. And I'm going to frame that Forbes cover and put it in my office to remind myself not to judge what I don't understand. That means a lot. Really. After she logged off, I sat in my home office, my bedroom turned command center, and looked around. The standing desk I'd built from IKEA parts. The 2 monitors I'd bought refurbished. The whiteboard covered in algorithms and revenue projections. The photo of my college graduation, the last time I'd felt really celebrated by my family. Until now. My phone buzzed. The family group chat. Angela. Maya, I deleted my earlier messages. They were cruel and wrong. I'm sorry. Kevin. Sis, I'm in awe. You're incredible. Mom. My daughter is going to be on the cover of Forbes. I can't stop crying. Dad. Always knew you were smart, Maya girl. Proud of you. Uncle Frank. Can you get me an autographed copy? I want to show it to my buddies at the bowling alley. My niece is on Forbes. Smiling face with smiling eyes. I smiled and typed back. Love you all. Thanks for listening. And yes, Uncle Frank, I'll get you an autographed copy. The next week, my family did come to New York. They watched from the sidelines as Forbes photographed me in various setups. At my laptop, standing in front of Clarinet's downtown office, holding a model of the medical scanner that uses our AI. The photographer wanted shots in my home office back in Austin too, so we flew back and did another session there. Angela helped style the space, Kevin made sure I ate between setups, and Mom cried through the entire thing. When the issue came out, I sent copies to everyone. Angela framed hers. Kevin put his in the hospital break room. Mom and Dad displayed theirs on the mantle like it was my college diploma. But the best moment came at our next family gathering, when Uncle Frank's friend asked what I did for a living. Before I could answer, Angela jumped in. She runs a $300 million medical AI company that's saving lives. She was just on the cover of Forbes. From her home office, Kevin added proudly. In her pajamas. Because she's brilliant and doesn't need a fancy office to change the world. I looked around at my family, the same people who dismissed my work for 7 years, now celebrating it with genuine pride and understanding. Success hadn't changed. Their perception of it had. And honestly, that was just as satisfying as the Forbes cover. Almost.